You were probably expecting a Donda video as my first video on this channel. It's not, it hasn't released. So I'm going to talk about something that no one cares about, and that's Logic. But I think this is important to discuss because with Isaiah dropping, with Donda possibly dropping, CLB, Utopia, you name it, Logic is going to slide under there, and I don't want him to get away with it. So I need to discuss Logic as a whole and the recent singles that have dropped. I cannot describe how terrible they are. I'm gonna try with little cuts because I need a raw reaction because I have so much to say about Logic that is just ridiculous. So, let's dive in to Logic as a whole for me, who is not a big Logic fan. I think he's the most disappointing artist of the 2010s, the most disappointing rapper of the 2010s. You can give me Young Sinatra mixtapes for sure. Under Pressure's great. The Incredible True Story is a very good album. Bobby Tarantino has some of the most iconic songs from Logic, in my opinion. But it all started with Everybody, where the concepts got a little bit ridiculous, too out there. The lyricism started to really waver and get really bad. And then after that, it has been a steep decline for quality and also a big increase in quantity, but a deep decrease in quality. So, Everybody releases very divisive album. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. I see the qualities in it, but you can notice the repeated lyricism, the laziness in the writing, the concepts going all over the place, and you're starting to see the holes. And right after Everybody releases, we get a ton of sequels that I don't think we really needed. Some of them are just okay, but it just goes to show that Logic, at this point after Everybody, has gotten lazy. I'm just going to be brutally honest. He got lazy. And meanwhile, you could say he's got Wu-Tang on Young Sinatra 4. He's got all these crazy features on Bobby Tarantino 2. You want an artist to evolve. You want an artist to improve. You want an artist, especially Logic, to go in different concepts. So if you're going to keep coming with sequels, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? And Ultra 85 was all over the place, and that's like, oh, this is Logic's last album. Where is it? I know it's on No Pressure, but it's just like you keep giving me sequels. I want to see the conclusion of this concept, which is honestly getting really bad and really hard to follow. So again, you get really mid to good mixtapes. You can call them that. Young Sinatra 4, Bobby Tarantino 2. And then we get to Supermarket, which I can give credit to Logic. He tried something different. But the execution, trying to be a rock artist, trying to be Red Hot Chili Peppers, trying to be Mac DeMarco, is not your lane. You are a rapper, please stay in it. City of Stars, on The Incredible True Story, great example of singing. You can even go to Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, the title track, good singing on that. But I know you're an artist, and I know you want to try so many things. You have a book, you have films coming out, you have TV shows. You cannot be everything. You cannot be good at everything. And honestly, with Bobby Tarantino 3, it's becoming like a Supermarket album, but I need to get on to Confessions. Confessions was a true example of how lazy, how bad, and how uninspired Logic is as an artist. So many repetitive lines, contradicts himself, always shouting out artists every single time. Honestly, listening to Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, it was honestly a cry to other artists. It's like, please feature with me. I really want to work with you so bad. Look, I called out Childish Gambino like twice. I want to talk about Kanye, even though he's crazy. But geniuses are crazy, and talking about mental health and screwing up your message from 1-800, basically saying it's just like suicide is not an option and there's help, and then going to Twisted and saying 1-800 I killed a pussy, who can relate? Like, why do you do this? I'm losing my breath because I have so much to talk about, but you get the idea. Like, his morals as a rapper, his lyricism is taking a huge hit. The production is still there, but when you have like a solid producer in Six, you can never knock the production. But if you're a rapper and you don't change your lane or change yourself, to make the production really stand out, what are you doing? If you're going to make Young Sinatra 4, you're going to make Bobby Tarantino 2 and 3, and you have this great producer, why do you keep doing sequels? Why don't you both branch out? This is not a diss to 6. This is more of a diss to Logic and not wanting to try new things. Honestly, if we want to close the chapter on Logic as a whole, Logic has a crazy good intro and a crazy good outro, but the middle of the novel is so weak. What's the point of reading the novel till the end? And of course, we ended off apparently with No Pressure, and No Pressure was set up as the last album, and I was totally sold on that, especially with the singles, especially with the Twitch dealership or sponsorship. It was all set in stone, and I was just like, you know what? I may not like Logic. I may not really respect him as an artist. I think he's lazy. But if you're going to go out on No Pressure, totally fine. Not going to forgive it, but I'm going to totally respect it. And the retirement seemed legit, even though we got Dr. D. That's totally fine. If you want to be a producer, if you want to even go under another alias, that is totally understandable. But now you come out of retirement. And you come out of retirement not with a new concept, not with a new album, not with a new vision. You had the Magic singles. You could have honestly went in that direction. You could have went in an underground direction. But you go with Bobby Tarantino 3. The laziest route you can go. It's so easy. Of course, you can go the trap banger route with Bobby Tarantino 3. But you're retired. I want to know why you came out of retirement. I want to know what family life has been like. I want to know what being a father is like even more, because Under Pressure gave me a good example of that. But why do you come back with Bobby Tarantino 3 and these singles, now I can finally talk about the singles, are so pointless, they have no meaning to them, and the singing is garbage. It is dumpster juice, and I don't understand why you're doing it. Let's talk about My Way and Call Me and Get Up. They are going honestly in this supermarket direction where I guess Logic wants to get on this wavy vibe, kind of like some kind of wavy, kind of psychedelic maybe, in this rockish direction that Supermarket was in, kind of. There's a little bit more of a modern trap and a modern rap kind of thing going on, but it's Supermarket, but it just has a different coat of paint. And also, not to mention, with Supermarket, you can at least say, oh, it's based off a book. Bobby Tarantino 3, and especially the lyrics, are very basic. They are super typical for any artist. Any artist can talk about these things. And they drag on for so long, and the singing is weak. And a lot of people are saying, oh, he's coming out of retirement to drop this last album. He's coming out of retirement so that way he can get out of his contract. Well, let me discuss that for a little bit. I can understand as being an artist, I can totally understand not being happy of your contract situation. It sucks. You're in obligations. The money may not be coming in the right directions. I know there was a couple of tweets about that when No Pressure came out. But that does not give you the excuse to put out garbage. Because as a rapper, cool. You can get out of your contract. But us as listeners, as fans, it hurts us so much more because we know it's just like, this album is going to suck. Why would I want to listen to you? And with every single album, as an artist, you want the opportunity to gain new fans, a new fan base with each and every album. That's why you vary up your sound. That's why you bring new concepts. So if this is true, that he's trying to get out of his deal, so he's going to put out a garbage album, sure, that's good for him, but it's going to be terrible for us. And you're going to lose fans, and people are not going to care about you when this album is over. Absolutely 100%. Because as fans, we don't deserve garbage. We don't deserve throwaway albums. We don't deserve Confessions of a Dangerous Minds. We don't deserve Supermarkets. We deserve No Pressures. We deserve those magic singles. We deserve Under Pressure. So if you're going to be super selfish and just be like, you know what? I hate my label contract and I got one album to go. Why don't I just throw it away? I'll put it on streaming services. Def Jam will get its money and I can jump out. And where does that leave us? Where does that leave me? I want to be a Logic fan. On No Pressure, good end to your career. I want you to win. I want every artist to win. I want every artist to put out classics and to put out albums I want to keep listening to so I can keep you paid and I can keep being a fan and possibly like going to a tour, going to a concert. I want the best for you. But if you're not keeping that in mind, if you're not keeping your fans in mind and being super selfish about it, then I don't want to listen to you anymore. And the only reason why I'm going to listen to Bobby Tarantino 3 is because I want to see a good old train wreck. I want to see a Confessions of a Dangerous Mind because you've given me the reason to not care. You've given me actually the reason to find so many faults and laugh at them. So, when Bobby Tarantino 3 drops, I am going to have to talk about it. I'm going to have to say it's trash. I'm probably going to laugh at it a lot. This may be a Visionland kind of deal for me where I listen to albums like I watch movies, where I love to see a good old train wreck. And that shouldn't be how artists release music. It shouldn't be a sadistic thing to listen to terrible albums. But honestly, if you're not going to give a frig about your releases, then I'm not going to either, and I'm going to laugh at it. So, I know Donda didn't drop. I'm sorry. I wish it did too. But Logic cannot get away with it. And you may think I'm going very serious with this for no reason. You may think this is a little bit overblown. But trust me, if you allow him to get away with this, if you keep giving him streams for lackluster singles, for lackluster lyricism, for a lack of trying to do new concepts, talk about your life, and just keep it really basic, if you're not going to try, then I'm going to be on the negative side, and I'm going to have to call you out for it. So, this is my first video, surprisingly, and I want to talk about Donda, because I wanted to get this off of my head first. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you want. Honestly, this is just a place to outlet my feelings, because this has been on my mind for the past couple years. And Bobby Tarantino 3, perfect place to start. So thanks for watching.